Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more relationship stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too, and let's crack on with today's first story, which comes from a throwaway account and says, I threw a low blow at my wife and now she's barely talking to me. Please help. My 29 male wife, Ali, 27 female, and I've been together for 6 years and married for 3. We met in college, and at first, my mum, who was always a stay-at-home mum, was worried that my wife wouldn't make a good housewife. However, as the years went on, she saw how my Ali and I made a beautiful partnership. She saw how we supported each other through college and grad school, job hunting, financial issues, health problems, and more. She saw how I would pick up the slack when Ali was busy and how Ali did the same for me. We also split our chores at home. My mum now absolutely adores her. Since I only have brothers and I'm the only married one, she thinks of her as a daughter she never had. Now onto the issue. This past Monday, I was just having a terrible day. Those where everything goes wrong. I got a flat tire on my way to work. Was late to work, my boss yelled at me. I dropped my lunch and left my wallet at home. It was just an awful day. I got home and was starving. Ali was cooking dinner. She seemed to have been anxious because when she is, she starts talking a lot and really fast, which I normally find sweet and endearing, but not that day. So she starts going on and on about her day. I just wanted her to get done with dinner. So out of nowhere I just yelled, "Do you ever just shut up? Boy, was my mum ever right?" She asks, "Right about what?" Instead of keeping my mouth shut, I tell her about my mum's concerns about her not making a good housewife. Her eyes welled up with tears and she stopped talking, finished cooking dinner, went straight to the shower and then bed. Now she wakes up before me and leaves breakfast and lunch ready, comes home and leaves dinner ready and goes straight to shower and bed. She doesn't want to talk or watch TV or anything. If I ask or say anything, she gives me 1 or 2 word responses. She doesn't even look angry at me, just defeated. I don't know how to fix this. I feel like flowers and chocolates won't cut it here. Plus, I don't even know why I said that because my mum doesn't even have those concerns anymore. Please help. Oof, you absolute Burke. I don't know how you come back from that. And before we go any further, you was mentioning that your wife seems to talk really fast and a lot when she's anxious, which she was doing that particular day. And instead of being worried and concerned about that, you just wanted her to get on with dinner and told her to shut up. And then your mum was right. And you've also made her feel like your mum's hated her all this time as well. Like I said, I don't know how you come back from that. I guess the only positive for you is that she's still making you food. I'm not sure why, but she's still making you food. So there's something there still. So I can imagine the only way forward is to explain the situation fully, how stressed out you were. Like, not that I'm excusing any of this kind of behavior, but it's the only way I can see forward for OP if they have a chance at all. Sword of the Morning says, yeah, I don't know how you're going to recover from that. What you said was extremely hurtful. Not only have you ruined the perception she has of you, but also the perception she has of your mother. I mean, think about it. Ali, from the sounds of it, sounds like a great partner, like goes above and beyond what most people do. So for her to hear out of the blue that she's not a good housewife is heartbreaking. And you're a pretty big dumbass for snapping at her the way you did from something so small. Redneck Adventures says, bro, I don't even know how I'd come back after that. It's like you emotionally killed your sweet wife, and I don't even know if an apology is enough. You should probably explain from the beginning how your mum felt and why you kept that secret from her. Tell her about what happened and why you snapped at her. What even compelled you to say that to her? Do you not have any self-control when it comes to what you say, that you can't calmly tell her you need some peace and quiet at the moment? Another user says that wasn't a low blow, that was way worse. You need to write her a letter because she's not interested in hearing you talk. Explain yourself and beg forgiveness. She may not be able to though. The beginning of the end of my marriage was when he said, I don't want my mum to be right about you during an argument. Noad says that's a big yikes, homie. You most likely have shattered that woman. For all the love and effort you guys have put into one another, those kind of words can cut seriously deep, undermining everything she believed in your relationship. I think the best option for you is to be sincere in your words, be accountable and make sure she knows it. But ultimately, sometimes all you can do is give someone space. They have to make their own mind up. For as strong as a relationship can be, sometimes all it takes is one well-placed cut for things to go awry. Important Sprinkles says, I think if you said about shutting up, you could have repaired the harm by explaining your day, apologizing and showing her some care and affection. What you've done here is not only make her feel like she's been slagged off by your mum for years, but that you've kept it from her and agree with her. You've damaged their and your relationship beyond repair. She'll always wonder what else was said and why people thought badly of her. You're really mean. And a final comment from Longest Match, who says, tell me how to torpedo my marriage in 60 seconds or less and not be able to fix the gaping wound that is now your wife's self-worth. Well done, Captain. You, sir, are now a featured member of What Not to Do to Fuck Up Your Marriage. Seriously, you need to apologize and make her feel like she is the best thing to ever happen to you. Anything around the house that she does, you need to do. Be at her beck and call. Make her your priority. Honestly, I'm not sure how you recover from this. It's not just your outburst. She now knows how your mum felt. So it's a double whammy. So OP does update the post and they said, I'm not sure how to link my previous post, but it is still on my profile. I first want to clarify and answer some questions from the first post. Pregnancy. Ali is not pregnant. Before getting married, we decided to wait until our careers were established for 2 years before we started trying for a baby. That would be next year. We are both very careful, plus I asked and she said she wasn't. Her doing all the chores. She does not do all the chores. Before we moved in together, we made a list of all the chores that needed to be done. Then we flipped a coin and chose the chore we wanted. Then we alternated on choosing the rest of them. She chose the first one, which was cooking. She cooks and I clean the kitchen. She grocery shops and I put the groceries away and so on. So even with the fight, she kept doing her chores and I kept doing mine. Although I would fully understand if she stopped doing them altogether. Me apologizing. I did try to apologize multiple times, but she said she didn't want to hear it. I just wanted to give her space, but should have tried harder. I read every single comment and private message. It was hard, but I asked for advice. I 1000% got what I deserved. Now onto what I've done to begin fixing this mess I've made. As some of you suggested, I wrote a heartfelt letter explaining myself and sincerely apologizing and begging her to speak to me whenever she felt comfortable. She said she would go to the guest room, and I said no, that I would go there because this fight was entirely my fault and would only return if and when she allowed me / felt comfortable. I called my mum and let her know what I did. She rightfully tore me a new one, and came by the next day with some gifts for Ali. She apologized for ever feeling that way and assured her that she didn't feel that way now, that she truly loves her like a daughter. They spoke more, but I wasn't privy to that conversation. As some of you suggested, I made an appointment with a counsellor so I can learn how to properly deal with my anger and not lash out at innocent people. On Reddit's suggestion as well, I printed out a list of marriage counsellors in the area who accepted our health insurance. I gave her the list and said that if she's willing to go with me, all she has to do is choose a name, and I'll do all the legwork. She said she's willing to go and she chose a name. She works in the mental health field and chose someone who is reputable in our area. She already sees her own therapist and is working through this with her, I assume. I was able to talk to her, and she said she was really hurt by what I said, that she was questioning what my family, especially my mum, and what I thought of her as a wife and a person. Like all the memories with my family are tainted now. Were they pretending? Was it just my mum? What are they saying behind her back during special occasions? If we have kids, will they think she's a bad mum too? When my mum helps her with something, is it to be nice or is it because she thinks she is not capable? That she was angry. I didn't trust her with those concerns earlier in the relationship, so she could either address them with my mum or even see what I thought as well, because she might have made a different choice about marrying into a family that had doubts about her. She also said that she was already anxious about a hard day at work. She works in the mental health field, which can be stressful, and I yelled out of nowhere. She told me that if I just communicated to her that I had a bad day and was hungry, she would have just made me a snack and told me to chill while dinner was ready. But instead, I just lashed out. Or if I had texted her earlier, she would have ordered me lunch or given me a card number so I could have ordered something for myself. Also said it was about teaching me a lesson about what a quiet housewife looks like and that that's obviously not something I want. And that if it is, she's obviously not someone I'm going to get it from. So to make a choice about what I want, I told her I just want to be with her. I don't want a housewife, I want her as my partner for the rest of our lives. I just felt like a complete arse because I just had to communicate, and she would have been there for me. I had no right to hurt her. She was a partner, and I was a dick. As you guys also suggested, I've been taking over her chores as well as I can because my cooking is definitely not as good as hers, and spoiling her with her favourite things and foods. I'm spoiling her even more than she spoils me, since she loves giving little just because / thinking of you gifts and doing sweet things to make my life easier. I've also been doing things like drawing baths, serving her favourite juice — she doesn't drink at all — lighting candles, and playing her favourite crime podcast so she can relax when she comes home from work. She even asked me to join her on the last bath. She said she was glad we were working on things. No promises, but we'll keep working together and see what happens. I obviously fucked up here. I'm still trying to fix it, and I'm hopeful. It's not all unicorns and rainbows, but I'm going to do whatever it takes to repair and rebuild what I ruined. If it ends up not working, then I know it's because I was a big ass who didn't properly communicate and didn't keep his mouth shut. Any other questions I'll try to answer. I just got overwhelmed last time. Before I knew, comments were locked. And the comments were a mixed bag below this. A lot of people saying, there's no way they'd be able to move past that. Other people saying at least he is trying, but still holding on to the reservations about their marriage. But now I'm going to turn this one to you guys. What do you guys make of this situation? How would you have dealt with it if he spoke to you in that way? Would you be able to move past it? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and let's move on to another story. And our next story does come from the Am I the Arsehole subreddit from Castro's Right, who says, am I the arsehole for telling my 26 male girlfriend that she, 25 female, needed to apologize to my friend, 25 female, after she went off on her on a trip? This weekend, I took a little friend vacation with my close friend group. A few of them invited their SOs, and I've been dating my girlfriend now for a long enough time that I don't think it would be awkward to bring her along. So my girlfriend gets along with all my friends, very well excluding one. My friend Jessica is a very nice girl, and in a lot of ways is very similar to my girlfriend. I think that this is just one of the cases where people who are similar just repel because on paper they should be very good friends. They aren't outwardly rude to each other, however it's clear they just don't vibe. So 3 things happened on this trip that led to disaster. First, our day there we planned on going to the beach. While we were getting ready, my girlfriend realized and told me she was feeling bloated and she forgot to pack a one piece to wear. I told her we could just chill in the room, and she said she wanted to go down to the beach but we should go buy one at the resort shop. On our way down, we ran into Jessica and I told her we're going down to the shop to look for a new bathing suit. Jess then offered to let my girlfriend borrow one of hers. My girlfriend immediately rejected and said we'd buy one. We were at a bar drinking and dancing. Jess is only like 5'5" and probably less than 130. She's also pretty much skin and bones, so she's a lightweight. Eventually she got pretty lit and was finding everyone and trying to get us to take a shot. When she got to us, I was down, but my girlfriend wasn't. I told her it'd be fun and she said no, and Jess said we were being boring. So I just took a shot with Jess. This set her off. The final issue was that next day me and my girlfriend were late for breakfast because we were getting intimate and lost track of time, which was wrong of us. So apparently Jess said she'd come and get us, and as she walked past our door she heard zoo noises and then went back down to everyone else and said that we were occupying each other and maybe a minute. When we got downstairs the group was cracking jokes, which I thought was no big deal. Then they said Jess heard us, which my girlfriend got mad. This was apparently the straw that broke the camel's back. My girlfriend snapped on her and told her that Jess had been catty to her all trip and she's just been trying to have a good time. She told her to stop being such a pick-me bitch to her. This caused Jess to cry. I told my girlfriend she needed to apologize to her and resolve whatever beef they have. My girlfriend said that Jess needs to apologize to her for acting like she did and that I'm being a dick for taking her side. We've been fighting about this since we got back and things are now awkward with Jess. My friends are split on this, as some think my girlfriend was being overboard while some think she may have had a point, which I don't understand. Am I the arsehole? And we're starting the comments with Aggressive Cup, who says yes, Jess is being a pick-me chick. 1. Who uses someone else's clothes that touch the intimate area? And I'm not even going to address the possible size issue. 2. Why does Jess need other people to take shots with her? And if they say no, she calls them boring. Is she 16? 3. There's no excuse for Jess. You guys are supposed to be doing it. She's not supposed to be mocking it. 4. You had the audacity to tell your girlfriend to apologize to this pick me chick. I'd be ghosting you. I'm not playing that game for someone that slow. You're the arsehole. Green-Eyed Mojo says you're the arsehole. You said Jess was skin and bones and then offering your girlfriend to wear her bathing suit. Unless your girlfriend is skin and bones. Catty. I'm sure the whole conversation around doing shots was simplified from your end, given the fact that you don't get how ridiculous it is that she offered your girlfriend one of her bathing suits. She offered to come up and get you. I'm guessing because no one else needed an excuse to interrupt you guys except her. And then saying she heard zoo noises. Dude, your friend Jess is catty as fuck. Your girlfriend owes her nothing. Chloe in the Sky says you're the arsehole. It's telling that Jess gets a name in this story but your girlfriend doesn't. Jess does sound like an annoying pick-me who tried to get under your girlfriend's skin and you're taking sides, which I'm guessing exactly what Jess wanted. If I was your girlfriend, I would be seriously considering if I wanted to continue competing with another girl from my boyfriend. And no, I wouldn't. So you need to ask yourself, is Jess worth losing your girlfriend for, and then act accordingly. OP edited their post after and said, okay, I get it. I'm going to apologize to my girlfriend and tell her that I was wrong to defend Jess, and I'm going to talk to Jess to make sure she doesn't ever speak to her like that again. And then there was also some relevant comments which OP made that gave some additional bits of information. So OP says, I have never had sex with Jess. There is no secret relationship between me and Jess. Anything that's happened between me and her, my girlfriend knows about because I told her when we started dating. Which someone questioned, they said, so what happened between you and Jess before then? Haven't seen a comment of you admitting or explaining. Opie said, fine. When I first met her like 4 years ago, she gave me the worst BJ of my life. Again, I told my girlfriend this when we started dating because I didn't think it was right for her to not know. That's it. We haven't been physically since, and I haven't wanted to have been. And then a comment reply saying, and there it is. So OP does update their post and they said, so I'm back. I know everyone hates me, but I was asked for an update, so here we are. I just want to say everyone was right. I was an arsehole. I was being a pushover. I was being a shit boyfriend and partner. I did prioritize Jess over my girlfriend's feelings, and that was so shitty of me. Me and my girlfriend are currently on a break. I tried to apologize to her and make sure she understood that I knew how wrong I was. I told her that I was sorry for letting Jess disrespect her and be catty, and that I'd never let that happen again. My girlfriend said that Jess has been like this to her since we started dating, and since that I've just been either ignoring it or unable to see it. Through a tearful back and forth, my girlfriend told me that she wouldn't let herself feel second to Jess. She said that when I figure out what's going on between Jess and I, then talk to her, but until then, she wants some distance from our relationship. So that evening, I was heartbroken, but I wanted to still make it clear to Jess that she would not be disrespectful to my girlfriend if we got back together, and that she owes her an apology no matter what. I thought it would be better to have this as a face-to-face conversation, as there's a lot of ambiguity over text, so I went to her place. She apologized to me and said that she would call my ex to apologize to her. I got home in the morning. I just spent a lot of time reflecting on the bad decisions I had made, and how much I hurt my girlfriend, and how right everyone who said I was being a shitty boyfriend was. So I will admit, I fucked up. I didn't protect the person I was supposed to protect. I was too blind to see Jess being catty and mean to her. If she takes me back, that won't ever happen again. So someone called OP on leaving Jess's apartment in the morning and suggested possible sex, and OP says, who said we had sex? Maybe she just was there why I cried. The commenter says, you're not denying that you had sex, so just be a man and admit that your ex-girlfriend was right to dump you and you care more about your friend than anyone else. OP says, I don't care more about Jess. I just thought that if we did it once, it would get rid of whatever sexual tension between us and we'd be able to move on. But now that we both want to keep doing it, even though we both know we shouldn't, which is why I said I can't have her in my life if I want my girlfriend back. Say what? The fuck? Someone asks OP, why don't they just date Jess? And OP says, our feelings for each other are complicated, and I know immediately getting into a relationship with Jess would destroy my ex. The commenter sent replies to that and says, the moment you fuck Jess, you ended the possibility of getting back together with your ex. Nail in the coffin. I think you need therapy. I never understand people like they create these anonymous accounts and they come to these subreddits like looking for advice or asking if they're the arsehole, but then intentionally leave out the main details of the post, like he had a previous history with this Jess person. And in the update, he slept with Jess as well. And this comes out in the comments, not in the main part of the post. And I know some people would say, like, you know, he's looking for self-validation or something along those lines, but it just seems so pointless. I don't know. What do you guys make of this situation? Absolutely messed up. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, just a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting involved in today's stories. Your love, your support, your time always means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Take care and much love.